So if you are confused about what to do to make you happy, what job or what career or what business to pursue that you can also get happiness from. Probably you've been on a particular job before, but you're not finding enough happiness from there, and you're looking out to change, your job, or you are looking out to start a business, but you don't know exactly what to do with whatever skill you have, or you are confused because you are multi-talented. You have a lot of things you can do naturally. You have a lot of potential, but you don't know which one to start with. Then I would like you to listen to what I'm about to share with you. My name is Ayodeji, and I'm going to be sharing with you a framework that can help you gain clarity to know what exactly to do and how to do them, so that you will find yourself doing certain things that will make you money, and also you'll be able to derive happiness and joy from. All right, if you look up on the board right here, I have this framework here. You see here, I wrote skill, need, interest. Okay, these are the three key things that you must put into consideration when you want to start anything, your career, any job, any business, anything, because there's a difference between you making money from whatever you're doing and also deriving joy. Sometimes some people find themselves, enjoying what they are doing, but they're not making as much money. So, they're enjoying what they're doing, they are happy, but they're broke. Why are some people who find themselves in a situation whereby what they are doing makes them so much money, but they're not happy? So when they talk to people, people are like, but you're making money, but they themselves know that they're not happy, so they're not deriving enough joy. So these are the three things you must consider before you go into anything. Whatever you want to do, you must, have the skill to do that thing, to be able to perform very well so that you can be relevant in the marketplace. Also, you must have interest. These are the things that you must have natural interest for, because at some stages in our life when we are, doing certain things, when we're in the business, in the job, we will be faced with some challenges. It is our interest, our inner flair for these things we are doing, for the path we are on, that will keep us going at some times when others are giving up. So you must have some sort of interest in whatever you are doing. As well, there must be needs. There must be people who need the service you are trying to render. You don't just go into anything where people don't have demand for the product you are rendering or the service you are rendering. So these three things are very, very key. So we find some people making, find some people who, get themselves involved with, businesses, jobs, career, and all sorts, where they are unable to tick these three factors. Sometimes some people find themselves ticking only two, let's say skill and interest. They're doing certain things that they have interest in, and they are skillful, they have the necessary skill for those things, but what they are rendering, the service they are rendering, the product they are putting out there, do not have as much need as possible. So they find themselves, very good at what they are doing, but they're not making enough money. While some people just take only interest and need. What they are doing, there are people who need what they are rendering, the service they are rendering, the product they are putting out there. There are people out there who need it so much, and they also have interest. They have a big flair, for what they are doing, but they are not skillful. So whatever they are putting out there will not be top notch, will not be excellent, and it takes not so long for people to know that what you are doing is not so good, and they start going away from you. They start, moving towards your competitors, right? So there are certain people as well who only take skill and need. So what they are doing, they have the skill, they have the set of skill that they need to excel, and there are people who need, what they are rendering, the service they are rendering, but they don't have interest. So they find themselves not happy. Of course, they are making money, they are good at what they do, but they're not happy. Okay, so but for you to remain happy, you must understand that whatever you're going into must tick these three boxes. Must tick, you must have the skill set, or it must be something you can learn. Okay, there must be people out there or a community that need what you want to render, and you must have that flavor for it. Now, the combination of these two, anything which you have the skill set for, and you are interested in those things, that is what we call passion. Okay, so when you say you are passionate about something, that means you have the skill sets and you are interested in it, you have the flair. Okay, all right. So anything you have interest for and there is a need for that thing, that is what we call your mission, or we can say purpose. All right. So for you to call anything your mission, your purpose in life, or your purpose in any environment, it must be something you are interested in. You cannot tell me this is your mission and you don't have flair for that. Of course, it doesn't happen that way. So it must be something you have some sort of interest in and there is a need. Your mission should be to solve a particular problem that people need. Okay? and you must be interested in it, of course. Okay. Now, anything you have the skill set for and there's a need for that thing is, you can put it this way, that is a profession. Profession. So anything you call your profession, for you to call anything your profession, it must be something you have the skill set for, you are good at those things, you are excellent at them, and there are people who need them. All right. So your passion, your profession, your mission or purpose. So these must come into the same box for you to be able to figure out what you do. Okay. So you must find a balance. A very, very important balance here. Exactly. So this is the framework you need to understand. Okay. I will also be sharing much more information details on this, but this is very, very important. If you have this framework, it's going to help you, get ahead. This clarity is going to help you choose the right thing to do. So for those of you who are more talented and you don't know what to start with, you have to go through this. I'm also going to be sharing more information about this very soon. Okay, so I'm going to clean this up right now and I'm going to draw something else just to give you further explanation. Now, once you've understood that framework, which I just cleaned up right now, the next thing for you to do is to, draw a table. So interest and need. Okay. All right. That's the table. Now, what you need to do right now is to look for somewhere where you can think, where you can, where you have your privacy. You then list down things in each of these columns. So the first one you list is look inwards. What are the skills you have? What are those things you know how to do very well and you are qualified to do? Okay, so you list them here. List about 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 10. So anything you are qualified to do, let's say what you studied in school, what you studied in school. Do you have any certificate for whatever thing you've learned before? Certificates. Okay. Have you been through a training for something before? Have you read more than 5 books on a particular topic before and you have a lot of information on that? Okay. Books or courses or what else? Okay. Has there been anything you've done in the past and you have been praised for? Okay, these certain things and people praised you, giving you commendations that you are good, you are recognized for the good work. Okay, so you can put it there. Anything you've been praised for, or have you done certain things and people paid you for those things? Okay, so paid, and so on. So list down your skill sets here one by one, at least 10. And after that, move to your interests. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 10. What are the things you have natural flair for? Things that, when the topics come up, you are interested in them naturally, or you find it very easy to do. It might be certain things that people around you might find it difficult to do, or they have to go extra mile to accomplish, but you just do it at a snap of finger. You find it very easy to do. For example, you might find it very easy to teach, or you might find it very easy to draw naturally. You didn't even learn it, it just came to you naturally. Okay, so things that you are naturally aligned towards. You love anything music, or you love anything analysis, so just list them down. So you love football, you are interested in football, for example. Okay. For me, I love music. Let's say naturally I move towards music. Interest, things you are interested in that you can do without so much effort. You can sing very well. Okay, you know how to read, memorize, remember, and put back the knowledge, put back the information. Let's say memorize. You find it very easy to memorize. Okay, what else? Things you find very easy to do. Very, very, very easy to do. Different things. You just go deep down, start writing them down. Of course, definitely, you might not get this whole 10 at one sitting. It could be something you have to do for maybe 2 or 3 days. Write the ones you have in your head, then go about your daily activity. Then whenever you have an idea, you come back and fill them up. So you write up to 10 things you are interested in. You are interested in anything that deals with repairing, electricity, and so on. Just list them down. Then after that, you move to your needs or needs, not particularly your needs. So here you have to look outward. This is no longer inward anymore. You look outward. Okay. Before I go there, I just remembered something. Some of these things you might need to ask your friends. Okay, ask your friend, what do you think I'm good at? Okay, if you need more ideas, ask those who are close to you, your spouse, your your colleague at work. What do you think I'm good at? What do you think I'm good at? Okay, part of skill. One other thing for you to note here is, are there things that your colleagues, your friends, are there challenges or problems that they always bring to you every time and you help them solve? There are some people that whenever people around them are having issues, let's say marital issues, and they speak to them, from the conversation, people always get clarity and they're always able to solve their marital issue naturally. Okay, so you've done those things in the past, and your colleagues, your friend always like to bring those problems to you because they know that you can do it very well because you've done it in the past and you've helped them do it in the past and they were able to get amazing results. So you can list them as part of your skill as well. Now, when I'm talking about needs, you have to look outward. It's no longer about you alone anymore. What are the things that people need around you, in your locality, in your nation, in your country, and globally? What are the things that people need, human being needs, globally? For you to have an idea of what people need globally, you can just go to United Nations website and check out for the SDGs, okay? Climate change, whatever, different things, for you to know what people need currently, what people need right now, okay? Because you need to have this factor, considered when you are creating anything you want to put out there. Because when need is considered, that means people are going to buy, people are going to pay. Remember, you need money. You cannot survive only on passion. You need money for whatever you're doing, okay? So it needs, okay, let's say people need quality and cheap education, quality and cheap education. Okay, let's say people need faster access to loan, maybe loan, housing scheme. Okay, different things. Look around you. There are some states in Nigeria or some towns in some states in Nigeria that have water scarcity. For example, in Ogun State, Abeokuta has that issue of water scarcity in some areas. So these are the things that people need. So if you can incorporate this into whatever products you are putting out there or into whatever solution you are putting out there, people are definitely going to buy. So list them down, 10 of them. So this is what you do. Okay? I hope that is clear. Now, after listing 10, make sure 10, 10, 10. The next thing for you to do is now come back to skill, the skill set which you have. Now prioritize. We need just 3. What are the 3 most important skills you've listed here? What are the 3 most important skills you've listed here to you? So let's say this first 3, for example. Let me just use this as an example. So this. Then you go to interest as well. What are the 3 most important interests to you? Okay, and then needs. So you pick that. Okay, then we leave the rest. Now let's work with 3 skills, 3 interests, and 3 needs. Right. All right. So we are going to work starting with interest. Interest first. Okay. So what you do is that you pick out one of your interests. Let's say football, or let's say singing. Yeah. So singing. Let me make use of singing. Okay. Let me use this. So there are some questions you need to ask yourself. There are some very important questions that you need to consider. So the first interest which we are picking right now is singing. So I've noted out some questions here which I will be showing you how you are going to make use of them. The first one you're going to ask yourself is, for this interest, do I have the skill that is needed for me to excel, or can I learn? So the first one is the skill. Yes, I'm interested in singing. I have the flair for singing, but do I have the skill set? You need to acquire the skill. You can't just base on just mere interest, okay? Do I have the skill? Since I already have the flair and I've been trying, I have some natural ability when it comes to singing, okay, fine. I find it easy to sing. I find it easy to learn how to sing, or anything related to singing. I find it easy and I find it interesting. Okay, now to take this serious. do I have the skill that is needed for me to sing and excel? Or if I don't have, can I learn the skill? So the first question you need to ask yourself. Now, the second question which I've noted down here is, do people need this service? Do people need this thing, which this singing ability, or this, let's just say this service, okay? Do people need this service to the extent that I can scale and take it globally to earn? Do people need this service up to the extent where I can scale and earn globally? So the second question you ask yourself is, do people need it? Need up to the extent where I can scale and earn globally. So we are not setting up anything to be restricted to your community or to your country alone. You have to set up certain things that you can take globally. So that's the second question that you need to ask yourself. The third question here is, can you create systems and structures around this? Okay. System and structure. The reason why you have to ask this question is this. There are two types of businesses. We have the lifestyle business and we have the legacy business. So lifestyle business most times die when the founder dies as well, because the business is always revolved around the owner. Okay, but legacy business are businesses that outlive its owner. Even when the owner dies, even when the founder dies, the business is still running perfectly. So for a business to outlive you, for a business to be able to live even when you are dead, for you to have a legacy type of business, then there must be system and structure. System and structure, whereby whether you are there or not, the business can still continue. So you ask yourself, singing, can I create systems and structure around my singing ability or my singing business? Is this something that I can create in such a way that even when I'm not there, it's still producing and it's still creating impact? So ask yourself that question. That's very, very important. Okay? All right. So the next one is this. The next question which you have to ask yourself is, what uniqueness can I bring to the game? Very, very important. Uniqueness. Of course, there might be some of your ideas that are going to be new. There's going to be some of your ideas that are going to be novel, okay? Why there's going to be some of your ideas that there are people who are already running such kind of idea, who already, who have already put such kind of idea into action. So let's take the first one. Let's say your idea is novel, your idea is new. Once you start whatever idea you have in your head and you start making waves, you're already making profits, you're making impact, you are influencing people, and you're already earning income, people will see that your model is working, people will see that your idea is working. Definitely, they are going to copy you, they're going to model whatever you are doing, and then you're definitely going to have competitors. Now, where you can escape cutthroat competition is only when you have your uniqueness. When your uniqueness can't be copied. Of course, there's Pepsi and there's Coca-Cola. They are alternatives, but they're not the same. They're not the same. Their tastes are different. Their tastes are different. Different tastes, okay? But they are similar. One came before one. All right, we know, okay? But that uniqueness, each of them still retain their uniqueness. So ask yourself, what uniqueness can I bring into the game? That's question number 4. To know what to do about your interest and how to create what you want to create. The next question is, what painkilling effect am I bringing to the table? Very important as well. Number 5. Painkilling effect. We have 2 types of products, 2 types of services. We have the painkillers and we have the vitamins. So the painkillers are the type of product that you don't even need to run after your customer. They need it. They are going to die if they don't take it. They are going to die of pain. They are going to die of agony. They are going to die of unaccomplishment. They are going to die of sadness. They are going to die being broke. They are going to die of poverty. They are going to die sick when they don't take it. That's what painkiller does. They need it. Before you even tell them to get it, they are getting it. They know they need it already. Why vitamins kind of products are products whereby even when they know that they need it, they might not even take it because the consequences are not so severe early enough. Of course, Not taking your vitamins will have its own consequences on your health, but it's not that painful. Okay, immediately, just like not taking painkillers when you have pains. Let's say you have arthritis and you ask to take painkillers, and then also need to take, let's say, calcium supplements. You might skip your calcium supplement. That's just, sometimes you can skip your calcium supplement. But when that pain comes, no one needs to remind you to take your painkillers. So painkiller kind of products are products where you don't even need to run after your customer. They need this, they are looking for it. So before you drop, they've already bought. Before you drop, they've already gotten it. So ask yourself, what painkilling effect am I bringing to the table? What painkilling effect is my brand bringing? What painkilling effect is my product bringing? Ask yourself, how can people run after or rush my product or rush my service? Okay? Now, the next question to ask yourself, which is as well important, question 6. Brand extension. Brand extension, you should have it in your mind at the beginning that as you go on creating what you want to create, after you've discovered what you can do that can make you money, that can get you influence, and you can also make impact while you are happy, remember that at the long run, in the future, you should be able to create more products from what you started. So let me just break it down. Ask yourself, this thing I'm going into, singing, what other product or what other service can I render that are related to singing in the future? Of course, I might not be starting with all of them right now. I'm just starting out. Maybe I'm just picking one. But what other service can I, or what other venture can I go into that is related to singing and can as well bring me more money, bring me more influence and impact? Ask yourself, what other things can you do? Let's say you are a musician. You can eventually think of having a record label and bringing up others. You can eventually think of having a streaming platform. They are still related. You can think of having maybe a radio station, maybe. You can think of having maybe a YouTube channel. You can think of having, all these things, merchandise, clothes, different things that are related to what you are doing or what you want to do and can bring you more money. So that's brand extension. So more products. What are the other products that are related to what you are doing that you can do in the future? That's number 6. Ask yourself that question. Okay? These are what you are going to be asking yourself to know which one to choose. You do it for each of your interests, so you know which one has, weight, which one has the heaviest weight. Okay? All right, the next one is value chain. Value chain. Ask yourself, this thing I'm going into, what are the raw materials that I'm going to be needing to produce? So different businesses, different raw materials. Okay. For example, let's say you're a musician, you want to sing, you need beats, you need instrumentation, you will need a band, you need a producer. These are people that bring in materials that you can now refine into what you call music that you release. Okay. So you need all these stuff. So you might need staffs that are going to work with you, like your manager and so on. These are things that I can call them raw materials coming into the production. So different things are going to be done in the production stage, and then the final product is being released and it goes out. So ask yourself, what is my supply chain? What are the raw materials I need, and where am I going to be getting them? Where am I going to be getting my beat? Who's going to be making my video? Who's going to be getting me endorsements? What are the raw materials? Who are the staff that are going to be working with me? Okay, that is one. The next one is your distribution channel. Now I'm done making the product. I'm done making the music. I've done everything. How am I going to distribute my product? Distribution is very, very important. Companies or people that are making it so much in the world right now, a lot of them are into distribution. Not even all of them are into manufacturing. Even if you're into manufacturing, you must get your distribution game perfect. Distribution game excellent. Okay, that's one of the assets of Coca-Cola. So how am I going to be distributing my product? What channel? What medium? Am I going to be using affiliates? Am I going to be doing paid adverts? Am I going to be doing sponsorship? How do I get my product out there? Distribution channel and supply chain. You have to consider that. So you do this, asking these 7 questions for each of your interests, and then you link it to the skill, We link it to the skill, then we link it to the need, and so on. So ask yourself these questions for you to know which one to go for or which one to start right now. So taking myself for example, one of my interests is teaching. I love to teach. I love to speak. That's one of my interests. I have the natural flair for teaching, and probably because my parents are teachers. My mom was a teacher. My dad was a teacher. So maybe, but fine. I know I have interest. I love to teach. But I can't just rely only on interest to go full-fledged. I have the interest, I have the flair. Now I know that I need to build a skill around it. I need to improve by having skills. So what I did was that since 2019, I have an average of 2 to 3 teaching or presentation or public speaking, mostly trainings and presentation, minimum of 2 to 3 per week since 2019, except from during the COVID-19 lockdown. Since 2019, I always have minimum of 2 or 3 presentations, 2 or 3 presentations per week, 2 or 3 presentations per week. 2019 up to this moment, imagine. So it helped me, increase my ability to speak. It helped me increase my ability to teach. Now, what I'm teaching, there is a need for it. I teach. One of the things I teach a lot of areas, a lot of topics. One of the things I teach that is related to what I'm discussing right now is clarity. How to help people who are confused, who are most talented, who want to change their job, who want to start a business, gain clarity on what to do that they can make money from and they can also derive happiness. A lot of people need it, because while I was in school, I was confused. I didn't know what to do. I've tried everything. So I tick these 3 boxes. Because there's a need for it, I can make money. Because I'm interested in it, I'm passionate about it, I love doing it, I don't get tired. And because I have the skill, it makes me excellent. It makes me good at what I'm doing. It makes me better than people who don't have the skill. So this makes your brand. This makes you whatever you want to do. So this is not only for those who want to start a business. It's also for people that want to change your job. If you want to change your job, it has to tick this. Whatever you are going into, do you have the interest for it? Is there a need for it? And do you have the skill, or can you build the skill around that? Now, here are my final tips. Tip number 1 is that make sure you try a lot of things. Try a lot of things, do a lot of things. While trying, you will get to understand yourself better. You get to understand those things you've tried that got your interest. Sometimes when you just stay at home or doing nothing or just doing one thing, when you're not exploring, you might not know those things you like. You might not be able to discover your purpose or your interest. But when you try different things, do a lot of things, you can volunteer for different things. Try this, try something in the health sector, try something in the this. You say, okay, I think I'm cool with this. So the more you try, the closer you get to discovering yourself better. That's number 1. Number 2 that I've noted here is that when talking about trying, for me, my experience, I try a lot. While from school, I've tried blogging, I've been into e-commerce, I've been into MLM, I've been into coaching, I've been into artist management, I've been into music production, and so on. I've tried a lot. Okay, and I'm still trying. All right, so try a lot of things. The second one is always try to have quality conversation with quality people. In conversations, you discover more about yourself. You don't only discover more about the person you're having a conversation with, you also discover more about yourself. So try as much as possible to always get into conversation with quality people, quality conversation with quality people, discussing things that can make you think deeper, make you reason more, things that will challenge you. By so doing, you start discovering a lot of things about yourself, things you can do. So I can make decision on the goal like this. Wow, I never thought of it. So do that as well. Tip number 3 is that please do not be rigid. Whatever you get here, do not be rigid, because as time goes on, your passion can change. You might be passionate about football while you are growing up. Once you become 30, 40, your passion might change. You might lose the passion for football and your passion goes into something else. You might now be passionate about music or about filmmaking or about repairs, manufacturing, technology, and so on. So your passion can change. Your interest can change. You can lose interest in certain things. You might be interested in watching a movie before. You can lose interest in them. So do not be rigid. Things change. Even people's need change. Some years back, people love iPod. That music player made by Apple. A lot of people buy it, they need it, they like it. But now, people no longer buy iPods, okay? So this change, your passion can change, your interest can change, even your skill sometimes might go outdated. Whatever you know how to do right now in the next 10, 20 years might be outdated. You might need to keep on updating your skill. So you just need to keep on updating yourself. So make sure you are not rigid. And that takes me to my last point. You see what you're going to get from here. The result you're going to get from here is just going to be a lead for you. You might not get a final answer from here. It's just going to be a lead for you because you keep on evolving. You keep on evolving. So what you need to do is that whatever lead you get from here, whatever outcome you get from here, keep your focus on it. Focus as you are focusing on it daily, going about your daily activity with your focus on it. You start evolving. The idea will be evolving into something that you can know, that you can now work with perfectly. So this is just going to give you a lead, not a final answer. I hope with what I've been able to share with you, if you practice this, I'm very sure, I'm confident that you are definitely going to get a lead. So even if you are confused or not talented or don't know what to do, you just finished from school, you don't know what to do, you're on a job, you're not happy, you want to change your job, or you don't know what to go into that will make you happy, you want to start a business, you don't know what exactly to do, or you've been trying a lot of things, but right now you're getting old and you are looking for something to do that you can focus on for, for a long period of time, for the next 10, 20, 30 years, or for the rest of your life, and you want to make sure that that thing can get you money, can get you secured, and can also get you happy. You can also derive happiness from that. Then if you go through this framework, I'm confident you're definitely going to get a lead, okay? So if you have any more questions, just send me a message to my email, info@successwithayo.com, info@successwithayo.com, and I'm sure definitely going to, get you a reply. So whatever question you have, just drop it there and we'll be fine, okay?